What's going on, everybody? We're back. Another Wednesday night, another episode of your favorite podcast, the number one podcast film live on Wednesday nights at 7 p.m. in the Chad's Media Studios.
Getting real specific.
If it was any less specific, we might not be number one.
This is our very first ever NFL playoff preview. If you've been hanging out with us for almost 30 episodes now, thank you so much. We love you. If this is your first time, I'm Tyler Lennon. That is Ryan Humphreys. We've got producer man Corey Hankins, and we are Down and Out. What's going on, gang?
Nothing much, man. Just enjoyed a, really, I don't want to say super great national championship on Monday, but it was entertaining enough.
Could have been worse.
Could have been worse.
Could have been a lot worse.
It probably was worse than the actual score.
It was the number one national championship played that night.
Yeah, that's true. That's
it's very
true.
much like Down and Out in that way.
But I will be honest, I'm really ready for some NFL playoff football.
Yeah, it makes two of us.
Yeah.
Obviously, you guys have heard me say it a lot, but big NFL guy, and so the playoffs that's kind of my bread and butter.
For what
So,
it's worth,
I'm
for
excited.
as not amazing as the national championship game was, the first two games were that amazing.
Oh,
So I
yeah.
feel like,
Yeah.
all in all, it was a great college football
And
playoff.
it was a good national championship, and I guess we can start with that. Congratulations to Michigan. Obviously, very, very worthy. Like I have no objection.
No.
I said it last week. I didn't pick Michigan in the semis. I didn't pick Michigan in the national championship. But if they won the national championship, I could accept that. Hey, they were good enough to do it because they had all the pieces. They had the front seven. They had the good O-line. They had the run game. They had the good coach. Still not a huge fan of McCarthy, but
What was his stat line? Passing
he had
wise,
10 completions. I know
10
that.
it was very.
I think it was 10 of 21, maybe.
It was
He
very-
did have a badass run
Yeah.
that kind of felt like it put it away. So that was big. But I think
They could have just run Blake Corum and Dylan Edwards.
I think an NFL team is going to get a better version of Daniel Jones. And
I wouldn't even say a better
10
version of
10 of
Daniel
18.
Jones.
That's
by the way.
great.
10 of 18 for 140.
Ugh,
That's
that's disgusting.
58.4
Hell, Corey was
QBR.
six-
I was about to say, I could
Corey
do
was
that.
6 for 10.
In the Thanksgiving Bowl at the
Yeah.
Hankins household, I was just
He was slinging
Sing.
Team Hankins blood. He was slinging the rock.
So I think the biggest bummer of all that is probably not Adunze. I think he's already done enough. But Penix had a really good chance to really boost that draft stock, and boy, did
He
he
did.
not.
I sat up here and I basically professed my love for his quarterbacking.
Yeah, you
and I
were
just looked like
Team
an
Penix.
idiot because if he plays like that, like he did on Monday against the Texas Longhorns, we're talking about if the Longhorns could have done enough to beat Michigan because that version of Penix was just not the same guy.
it was bad.
It was bad.
There's no longer a question on whether or not Jaden Daniels is QB3 in this draft class.
Yeah,
no, he
For
definitely
sure,
jumped him.
QB3.
And I'm not about letting one performance change my perception on the guy. I still think Michael Penix can go on and be a good quarterback. And obviously he's very accurate, has very good arm talent. But there's no denying that on the biggest stage, he kind of looked like crap.
It wasn't
it
great.
wasn't very good.
Well, and that was our biggest strength on him was he always comes up in the big games. He
Yeah.
always performs when you
And
need
had
him
to that point.
Yeah, very much had up to that point.
There's no question. But as far as Michigan,
Here's your sign,
do what?
I said, here's your sign.
Oh, yeah. How corny were they after?
Oh, dude.
Harbaugh
I'm
Harbaugh
happy-
with a mic in his hand. You're like,
It's rough.
God, that was
He's
terrible.
he
rough.
should have put some cargo pants and some New Balance on and just let it ride,
I will say I don't want any more conversation about who's the better team, this Michigan or 2019 LSU. Do you remember what 2019 LSU did after they win? They did not sing for
He's a jolly good fellow.
jolly good fellow. They didn't do that.
I think
That was
if we're
rough.
talking about national championship, I guess in the last 20 to 30 years, if we're talking about two teams to put up against each other, I think there's no better argument than 2019 LSU versus 05 Texas.
05 Texas, yeah.
I think that's
so as well.
that's a pretty good matchup.
And what's crazy is how much disrespect both of those teams got, in their eras. 05 Texas, they were not. It was all about USC.
Yeah,
True.
Yeah.
And LSU, they were talking about if.
Clemson.
They were
Alabama?
It was not them. you know?
Well, and I'm not saying this to take away from Michigan. Michigan was very worthy of being the national champions this year.
We're happy for you,
Fantastic.
Michigan.
All the guys that we were dissing last week with the Michigan and
Yeah.
Coach Manning, all that. Congrats, that's great. Dave Portnoy, happy for you. However, I don't think this team. don't think they stack up with the last 2 Georgia teams.
Agreed.
They certainly don't stack up with the LSU team.
Yeah.
They don't stack up with some of those Bama teams in the last 10 years.
They're lucky FSU didn't get in, honestly.
I don't know. It just doesn't scream. I don't know.
I hope Manning's not watching because he'd be like,
whoa,
gave them
whoa,
credit
whoa,
the entire
whoa.
season. We finally win.
I'm about to go check the comments.
I'm just giving them a hard time. I found myself rooting for Washington. Not only did I pick Washington, but
absolutely.
I found myself rooting for them. So I don't know.
The real losers of the night were all of us for not
There's
getting
no question.
an NCAA 24 trailer. I didn't get up. So I don't know if anyone knows this. I'm constantly, if I'm at the house, I'm never not eating a cup of ice. So, like, during commercial breaks, that's when I go refill ice and stuff. I didn't get up once during a commercial break. I was choosing to get up during the game, so I didn't miss. I've got
pregnant women eat ice chips.
It's a little iron deficiency, I think. But
they do in there in the
could be the
hospital.
Red Bull. I don't know.
It could be. I don't
Maybe.
know.
I'm not.
We cut down on the Red Bulls, but
Yeah,
then
we did, but now Boone Jerry's back.
They brought the Boone Jerry's back, so
It's
a
a
wrap
Sea
on
Blue
that.
edition, so it's like, man, we're back in it.
Just gonna have kidney stones, I guess. I don't know.
It's like the John Wick meme. They're asking, am I back? Yeah, it looks like I'm back. That's Tyler at the gas station this morning.
No, literally. But no, I actively chose to not miss a single commercial break.
Even though I don't actually know
that
that's what happened, I know that is
that's
what
exactly
happened.
what happened.
You're not wrong.
He came in the other day with a coffee monster, and I was like, what? He's like, it's coffee.
It was coffee. I'm drinking coffee now.
Yeah.
And water. We're trying to live healthy.
Hey, we're proud of you.
No more
We're
kidney stones in
proud of you.
2024.
That's good.
But
yeah,
anyway,
it was disgusting.
No NCAA trailer. Whoever let that be a rumor, whoever got that out, they deserve time. Time in a state pen.
Everyone who paid for advertising during that game is pumped about it.
Oh, they're like, let's go.
Yeah, no doubt.
It's just perfect. Why would you not?
Yeah, it seemed like a really good opportunity.
Somebody dropped the ball.
So.
Great opportunity.
Like somebody dropped the ball.
What are y'all most excited about? Okay, you can't say, I'm just ready to have it back. Like, what specifically are y'all excited about?
Dynasty mode.
Yeah.
I want to start as an offensive coordinator for a smaller school.
Yeah.
I want to work my way up to a good OC job, then a crap head coach job, and I want to build. I want Dynasty back in my life ASAP.
See, I'm a career guy.
Road to glory.
I want to go play in high school.
And convert that to the Madden file.
Yes.
Yeah. I remember when they did that, where it's like you could, and like young Ryan was like, wait a minute.
Whoa.
We're going to put something from this game, and it's going to get transferred to that game. Are you kidding me, Clark? I mean,
tell me this is a thing?
Are you serious? But what I'm excited about, especially now that Sam Houston has moved up to FBS, I'm just going to be, offensive coordinator Ryan Humphreys, get the head coach job there, get them,
Build
into that 12-team playoff. We're gonna be the group of 5 team. We're gonna go win Sam Houston's second national championship. Mark my words.
I like that. You're gonna be responsible, not
That's
responsible, but you'll be a part of all their national.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah, I like that.
Yeah, that's pretty cool.
I like that.
No, it's gonna be fun though. It's gonna. I hope they do it right. I hope. Not that anything's wrong with Madden. I know Madden gets a lot of crap, but people are over dramatic. Like it's a fine game, but I want to score 60 points. Or I want it to be NCAA.
The gameplay on NCAA was always just so much better.
It really
so
was.
Good,
it's just
man.
fun.
It was so good.
It's more fluid. You had the speed.
So good.
I remember playing with Baylor, like running the speed options with RG3 back in the day.
I would just tear it up with Georgia Tech.
Oh, yeah.
I will say their version of Ultimate Team was also really fun, and that was back in the day. Like Ultimate Team and My Team have become really popular in the last decade, but it wasn't at the time. But on their version of Ultimate
Team,
like
legends and stuff.
Yeah, it would be like you could get Tennessee Peyton Manning, or you could get
Aaron Hernandez
USC
was one
Reggie
of them, I
Bush.
remember.
Yeah.
Oh, dang.
Yeah, which was a ton of fun. But
gone forever.
What do y'all think on Dynasty? Y'all think that there'll be a big emphasis on like the transfer portal and NIL?
So.
And
I still don't know. Like that's a big like. What are they going to do with all that? Are you going to be able to promise like, hey, we'll get you this much NIL deal money? Well, then you got to go find them NIL sponsors. Like what?
Then it's getting to
I read that in the real world, like real NIL players are going to get $500 apiece.
For being a part of the game.
Yeah.
Which is perfect. Like,
dude, first of all, no one cares. That like if they do, they're a loser. Okay.
You grew up your whole life like making yourself a part of the game.
Yeah, and it's an easy choice. Hey, we'll give you $500, and if you don't want to sign the dotted line, we'll
Then
take
no.
you out.
Yeah.
You're fine.
You'll be QB4.
Doesn't matter to us.
You can either have $500 and be in your favorite video game of all time, or you can have neither of those.
Or
things.
you cannot get $500, and Ryan's going to go in and make you on the roster.
I'm just going to create you anyway.
Yeah.
I'm just gonna do Team Builder. I hope they bring that back.
Yeah.
Team Builder was awesome.
Well, and
Because they need to do Team Builder because the 10-year gap that we've had of no teams, I want to play with the 2019
good
LSU.
call.
Yeah, that's true.
You know what I'm
Good call.
saying? I want to play with those guys. So that's
really
pretty
good
cool.
point.
I never thought about that.
It's a really good point.
Arr.
I don't know. I'm excited, but I have treated NCAA football a lot like Kanye albums.
It's like, we'll
I'm
see it when we-
okay.
it
Yeah, when
will-
I actually put it, like when I'm playing it and I see it with my, okay, then
So
I'll
what
believe it.
was the deal? Why did it ever go away? What was the deal?
It was
Because
an NIL deal.
Really?
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep. And so they were like, we just won't make it anymore.
I very much think they went into that thinking like this could be like a 6-month process. We're going to get our money and we're going to get our video game right back.
Yeah.
And EA Sports is like, nah, fam.
Yeah.
We'll wait y'all out. I promise.
Yeah. Have you seen Madden? Like we have that.
Right.
Yeah. Well, and it sucks because not like NCAA lasted longer than these games did, but I feel like for the same reasons, it was kind of the downfall of y'all remember the old college basketball games?
Oh yeah.
Great games. MVP baseball.
MVP baseball. College
Man.
NCAA baseball?
Yeah, I mean
That game ruled.
Yeah.
That game ruled.
I remember getting the college basketball game for like $5.
Wait, was
at a
the college
GameStop.
game not called MVP?
It may have been. So there was MVP baseball.
There was the one with the Texas Longhorn guy on the front.
Taylor Teagarden.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Taylor Teagarden.
Yeah. It may have been called that.
I don't know. It doesn't matter. But the college baseball game, those were great.
They were always so great.
Yeah. MVP NCAA baseball.
Okay. Yeah.
Yeah, those games.
But I'm really excited to have that back. That is gonna. I'm probably just gonna have to take off work for like the week.
Yeah.
I don't know. My dad was talking about how he's gonna just have to buy an entire PS5.
Dude,
There'll be lots of guys that age that do it.
Yeah.
I've been telling Jericho, I'm like, hey, we got to get an Xbox One or like
yeah,
PS5.
unfortunately,
Yeah.
I'm still on PS4, so I'm also going to have to
you'll
hop
have
on.
Yeah, we have like I'm in the same boat as you, and I keep telling her without like babe, because she plays Fortnite, so I'm like, your game's gonna be so much better.
Yeah,
you
there
know
you
what I mean?
go.
Like, hey, it's gonna be just that
There you
much
go.
better.
I saw a meme once, and it was a guy who was complaining about something. On PS4, blah blah blah. And the guy commented, "Dude, do you need some money?"
Yes, I do
No,
actually.
it's terrible.
Actually, no,
That's
you know what?
terrible. They're really not
Actually,
even different.
I think we
like,
do
at
need
all.
to find a way to incorporate it into the show, though. Like a down and out.
First of all,
A down and out
Oh.
online dynasty league or
First of
something. That'd
all,
be fire.
silly of
Oh.
you not to assume that I haven't already thought of
Fair
something.
enough. Because I know on
I
Madden,
think we should have the down and out invitational.
on Madden you can do the
It's like a-
connected
like a tournament.
franchise.
Oh.
I would bet they're going to be able to do the same thing. On Madden you have connected franchise, so the four of us technically could all
Oh,
be
yeah.
playing. I bet they'll have the same
Yeah,
thing.
so like, okay, we'll be in conference. We'll be Conference USA, like something
Yes.
small or
Yeah.
something, and all 12 teams or
Oh,
whatever it is.
dude.
Everyone gets a user, and then hey,
Then we do have relegation. Whoever finishes last
Right.
does get kicked out.
you're
Yeah.
done. You're done, buddy.
If you want to be a part of
You're
the
done.
down and out NCAA connected franchise, let us know.
That's
That'd be
pretty.
fire.
That's pretty cool.
Also, what are y'all the most excited about? Tez is in here. MVP baseball, one of the best games ever. It 1000% is. And this is someone who, to this day, I play MLB The Show religiously, but we have never gotten better than we did with MVP baseball. That was like the peak.
I will say though,
baseball.
MLB The Show, I would argue it might be the best sports game
It's
of
very-
our generation.
Yeah, it probably
like
is.
I'm not gonna say like I think I honestly, if you want to get down to it, I think like the Tecmos and like I think those are the best sports games because it was like, dude, when that came out,
It was next level.
you've never seen anything like it.
True.
But I think for our purposes, I think MLB The Show. I think FIFA is up there. FIFA's a great
Talking
game.
dirty to me, man. I love FIFA.
I think
will
the
dust
old-
both of you in it.
I think the I don't know, pretty good. I'll tell you what I'd dust you in. I was ranked. I was like top 10,000 in the world. NHL.
Really?
Dude, I love NHL.
Cold, dude.
Never
NHL
played it.
is so fun.
Never played
My
NHL.
my
That's
teammates in
kinda how
college.
I got into hockey.
Yeah, my teammates in college would be like, "Oh, dude, let's play hockey. Oh, I'm good at hockey." No, dude, I'm you're a little.
You would love it. It's a lot of fun.
It is fun.
See, I love FIFA. Like
It's fun. FIFA's great.
oh man,
FIFA's great.
In the comments, let us know top 5 sports video games of all time. Go.
Yeah. Luke said down and out turning bet.
That'd be
I'm
fun.
in.
That'd be super
I'm
fun. Before we move on, do we want to stay on college football real quick? Because
I
we're
think-
going to be on
I-
the NFL for a hot minute.
I think
so,
given the humongous news of definitely the biggest
Yeah.
coaching retirement of our lifetimes, Nick Saban,
Yeah.
no longer
Yeah.
the head coach at Alabama.
Yep.
Incredible career, the greatest to ever do it. You might have a negative opinion about him. You might love him, whatever it is. You got to respect greatness. And so for that, Nick Saban, thank you. Thank you for a lot of really great teams, great memories.
Also,
for sure.
Thank you for one national championship. We really appreciate it.
Yeah, right.
I'm very happy about that
right.
as a LSU fan. I had this really fun game planned out where we were going to look at all the head coaching vacancies and give some predictions, and then out of nowhere today,
another one opened up.
Yeah, it becomes a really, really big one. But what are
I don't envy anybody who's wanting to go over there.
So, I was driving home from work today, and I was trying to think to myself, okay, who's the right guy for the next Alabama job? Who is that? And I think, and bear with me here. I think it's a terrible position to go into.
It is, yeah.
It's like this is on a much smaller scale, but same idea. When Mac Brown left Texas, okay, you're thinking, oh man, it's Texas. You're going to get this up-and-comer. They've played in national championships. We're going to have all this stuff. The expectations to fill those shoes instantly is so out of this world unfair that no one can be successful.
Yeah, 100%.
And even if you're a good coach, if you just do it differently, people are automatically going to have
the donors are like, well, no, this isn't how we did stuff, and the administration is like, well, no, this is we do it this way. And everything, every first thing you do, every conversation starts with, well, Nick did this, and Nick did that, and when Saban was here, we did it this way.
Well, we were winning national championship,
and so if I'm and I'll just throw out some big names at other sizable programs. If a Dabo Sweeney, if a Dan Lanning, if these guys go, they're just going to be in that shadow no matter what. They're going to be in that shadow.
Oh, yeah. Did you just throw Jeff Traylor in there? Wasn't good enough for the A&M job.
That might be a little bit
couldn't get the A&M job
out of the tax bracket.
Nobody wants to be the guy who replaces the guy.
No, but you
do.
But
you do want to be the guy who replaces that guy.
Yeah, 100%. That job would rule.
No question.
After let them win 8 or 9 games for 5 years and then come in, get back to winning.
Yes.
Then you win once or twice and you're on Nick Saban level as far as how you're perceived.
The other guy already broke up all the stuff that you wanted to break up anyways and changed everything, and now you don't have to do all that. You're just vibing.
Well, it's like we don't say that Bear Bryant wasn't a good coach because Nick Saban won more or less or whatever.
Yeah.
So if you can just get there and do it once or maybe twice, it's like, oh man, we got the trifecta of coaches.
Did y'all see the tweet of the day? I'm sure you did, but get ready to learn Cheez-Its Bowl, buddy. At Alabama football.
Oh, that's good. Funny.
That's good.
That's pretty funny. So
get ready to eat a Pop-Tart after.
So let's throw out some names and let's kind of, because I think what you got to figure out here. First of all, there's not really everything's going to be sideways or up. There's not really nobody's going to go down to go to Bama. You know what I mean? Because that's as big as an NFL gig. And so the first name I'm going to throw out, is there any chance that Vrabel takes a phone call from Alabama?
If the Patriots job is available, no.
I agree.
But
we'll get to that in a little bit. But.
Maybe. But I also think there's something to be said. We often consider the jump from college to the NFL, but I don't know that Vrabel, has any interest in being a college football coach, nor do I know that he would be good at it. You've got to really learn the recruiting trail and all these different things.
For sure.
So I wouldn't really consider Vrabel myself, but he would probably take the phone call.
I think he takes the phone call. I don't know that they would do that. Okay, Dabo Sweeney.
No, I don't think so. I don't think he's leaving Clemson.
I think he might.
I mean, he had that whole
I don't think they would do it.
Yeah, you better take stock in Clemson right now because I just don't see that.
Yeah, I don't know.
I do have a name that's pretty interesting that I can think of.
Dan Lanning.
Yeah,
I could see that.
He would be. I think the first call they make. It's him or Sark. I think is the first call they make.
Dude, Sark and he takes Archie with him.
I knew you weren't going to consider that.
To me, I think that Sark is grateful that Texas kind of
stuck with him,
gave him a chance, and so I'm not sure that he would do that. Obviously, he's paid handsomely at Texas.
What if they go they're in the Cheez-Its Bowl this year. They're not in the national.
Before he left, though, wasn't it kind of pitched that like, hey, I'm gonna go get some head coaching experience, and then when Saban retires, you're our guy?
I don't know.
It's possible.
Well, and the only reason I say I don't know that would happen is because there's no guarantee that if he goes to Bama, they will beat Texas.
Oh, agreed.
Like being in the same conference, there's no.
They very well might not. Yeah.
Like I mean, as far as we're concerned, Texas is one notch ahead of Bama right this second.
At the moment, yeah.
Yeah. So
last one's beating Nick Saban at home.
Yeah. So I don't know that is necessarily an improvement on his end, but I definitely think that they're talking about it. One name that I'll throw out, then Corey, you can throw out your name.
Okay.
First guy I thought of, my dad said the same thing, but Lane Kiffin.
Oh, that is very interesting.
It is.
Kind of had this rebirth thing. He's got Ole Miss kind of rocking. I guess where it's interesting is that Ole Miss, on paper, looks like they might be the real deal next year.
Ole Miss was solid last year, and they're doing well in the transfer portal.
Yeah, kept their quarterback, and so it's like, would you trade one chance for,
one shot, one opportunity?
Right. I think you would, but yeah, I don't know. That's kind of my name.
Yeah.
I love Lane Kiffin. It would be fun.
I didn't think about that. It'd be definitely fun.
Who's your name, Corey?
Josh McDaniels, coach with Saban at Michigan State. He's available right now for a job.
He is available.
I could see him making a call out there.
Him and Bill O'Brien. Let's just get the whole team back together.
Let's get the game back together. Yeah.
Heck, then let's bring Staley in.
Yeah. Let's just get everyone in here.
Just all these rejects.
No, that was the name that I thought of. Josh McDaniels.
Arthur Smith.
He wasn't able to cut it in the NFL. I could see him take a step back into the college ranks.
I don't know.
Just random thought.
There's not a name that just pops out to me.
I just heard the Arthur Smith take. Ugh.
Yeah, it took a minute.
God.
There's just not a name that pops out to me where I'm like, that's it.
So
that's the one.
For me, it'd be Kalen DeBoer. I think you've done as much at Washington as you can. The Pac-12's not even a thing anymore.
With their conference deal, that's a pretty good
good
thought.
Maybe my second favorite tweet of the day is someone said that Nick Saban just couldn't stand to coach in a world where the Pac-12 doesn't exist, and I don't blame him. But yeah,
no Pac-12 after dark? Are you kidding me?
Right. But I like it.
He's a low-key degen.
He is a low-key degen.
What about Tennessee's coach, Heupel?
Oh, yeah? I don't know.
That might be a little too big britches to
I'd
fill.
also considered Franklin and Freeman. I don't know if either of them are going to be big considerations. But
do you think those coaches would make a SEC to SEC move?
Yeah.
Yeah.
100%.
Yeah. I mean, there's only like 2 or 3 spots that I would consider maybe sideways. All the other ones are big jumps.
Gotcha.
I mean, Kirby Smart would obviously not take the Bama job. That'd be pretty silly.
There are already odds on Bet Online. I'm just going to throw the top 10 at you. How does that sound?
Okay.
Yeah, love it.
Coming in at number 10.
Jeff Traylor.
At 20-1. Jeff Traylor not even on the list, but there's like 50.
I was really rooting for him.
They're missing out.
Okay, let me tell you who got on this list
Texas,
over Jeff Traylor.
Okay.
Clinton Dix.
Oh, come on.
Major Applewhite.
That's laughable.
Adam Gase. Greg McElroy. Jason Garrett.
Rory McIlroy.
And, of course,
Jason Garrett?
my low-key pick. And
Rory McIlroy.
Just kidding.
I think a man who knew what he was doing all along. I think a man who was sabotaging within to get to his place, Jimbo Fisher.
Oh.
Sorry.
Can you imagine?
Dude, that'd be the funniest thing ever.
It would be amazing.
Then Jimbo would go, all right, I'm gonna focus in now.
I got this. It's like the
I was just goofing at Texas A&M.
It's the meme where you're holding the controller and you
you sit up, yeah.
All right.
Also, Brian Kelly. Alabama's done this before. They took Nick Saban from us after we won a national championship.
They don't want him.
Could be.
That dude is so corny.
He's very corny, but I mean, look at what he's done since he got to LSU.
Yeah, that's true.
He made a conference title game,
What has he
almost did a
done?
second one, produced a Heisman winner. If he didn't have the worst defensive coordinator of all time, he probably makes the playoffs this year. Anyway, I don't even.
I can see it.
I don't even like Brian Kelly, but coming in at number 10, 20-1 odds, Ryan Day.
Oh.
No.
He's kind of a cornball too. I'm not a big Ryan
no
Day
way,
fan.
man. It's not happening.
A dude that I've championed for a long time, but I don't know about it. 16-1, Mike Norvell. Maybe.
I like that more than Ryan Day.
I do as well. Billy Napier, a guy that I wanted to get the LSU job. I don't know about that. 10-1, Urban Meyer.
Oh, no way.
Dude.
Yeah. And then we've got I think some of these are literally just to get you to bet on it.
That,
Yeah.
like the Urban Meyer, like, dude, 10
Yeah.
to 1.
I mean, I can see it.
I've got one even better than
My
that.
sprinkle on it.
Pat Shermer, then Kalen DeBoer, then 6-1 Deion Sanders.
Oh,
6-1.
God.
That
Jim
okay?
Madden.
That's the worst
you
bet of
just
all time, I
said
think.
you just said I think they're putting people on there to place
Right.
bets.
That's it right there.
He is not going to Alabama.
At
Pat
6
McAfee next or what?
At 50-1, I could
No, Aaron
understand.
Rodgers.
Yeah.
I could see you wanting to take Deion at like 50-1, but 6-1, that's an awful
Dude.
bet.
Aaron Rodgers was like, if you're vaccinated, you get in the transfer portal right now.
There's zero shot that happens. Zero shot.
The top three are Lane Kiffin, Dabo, and Dan Lanning. Dude, watch him just go completely opposite.
Is
and,
Vrabel not on there?
I didn't hear him.
He is at 50-1.
Okay.
Sark is
Golly.
only 35-1.
Dalton just texts.
D'Amico Ryan's 22-1.
D'Amico Ryan's 22. I can't. Why would he?
I've seen multiple people throw his name out there. He might win NFL Coach
Coach
of the Year.
Why would he ever
He
leave?
very well might. It's him or
Who?
Stefanski.
Who?
D'Amico Ryan.
Oh yeah.
I would take.
Yeah.
I would take D'Amico over
Dude,
Stefanski.
I also
I
would.
just got the NFL Rookie of the Year quarterback. We slipped into the playoffs.
Yeah, we won the division.
He's doing okay.
Yeah, he's good on that.
He's doing all right.
My
He's doing all right.
goodness.
But yeah, if we're
Um,
done with the college football talk, we can. I know Ryan
Lincoln
has a caller.
Riley, maybe.
I think it's time to talk everyone's favorite. And by that I mean my favorite.
Oh no, it's all of ours. Yeah.
Okay. All right. The NFL playoffs.
NFL playoffs.
How do we feel about week 18? Because it was pretty crazy. It was
interesting.
There was some stuff that happened. I did not expect Houston. Like I kind of just randomly thought the Colts would win and like, hey, it was fun. Like the Texans, we can talk about them next year.
Yeah.
CJ Stroud's the man. But dude, congratulations, Houston.
Yeah.
Dude, I'm becoming a big CJ Stroud fan.
Yeah,
I
I
don't
just-
love D'Amico Ryan. They're the one Houston team I don't hate.
Yeah,
He
I
just does
find
the right
myself
things,
kind of
man.
rooting for him.
He made no less than 5 or 6 plays that night that I'm like, oh my god, like
Yeah, no, he's really good.
Yeah,
He's the real
and
deal.
the Texans only got him because the Panthers were in love with Bryce.
Yeah.
Bryce
Yeah.
Young. Can you imagine if they're with Bryce Young right now? Like,
Yeah.
not great.
oh, it's disgusting.
Not great.
Okay,
Meanwhile,
let
the
me-
Panthers would look like the
let me-
geniuses.
Well, let me ask all this. So, what would Carolina's record be with CJ Stroud?
I don't think
The
they're making.
same.
Yeah,
They'd-
they'd pick up some more win. What are they?
Surely they weren't like that much worse than
Okay,
the Texans before the draft.
I'm going to say they'd have been in the running for the division, but us three could have been in the running for the division in the NFC South.
How many games did the Panthers win this year? 2.
look.
They won
2.
2.
They won 2.
Okay, well, surely they could have figured out how to win 4, maybe 5
They could have
with Stroud.
maybe. Probably. You're probably
I
right.
don't know. Surely.
You're probably right.
I mean, Bryce Young sucks. I'm
He
just
is
going
not
to flat
good,
out
yeah.
say it.
He's not good.
I'm positive that he'll never be good. We talked about that. We had this topic a couple weeks ago. Would that guy be the quarterback in 5 years? Bryce Young will not be the quarterback for the
no.
Panthers in 5
Agreed.
years.
Agreed.
I'd almost guarantee it. And if he is, it's only because they're just so torn on, we gave up so much. He's got to be our guy. He's not an NFL quarterback. He's small, doesn't have a big arm. He's not that fast. I don't get this warm fuzzy feeling when I watch him at all.
Me and you were pretty much on the exact same page quarterback-wise this past year, and we both were like, I would not.
Dude, I would have taken Anthony Richardson
Would've for sure
27
taken
times
Anthony-
over. I'd have
Anthony
taken Will
Richardson.
Levis too.
Fair.
And
They won 2 games this year. They had 5 one-score games. So I'm saying I would say 3 of those that would go the other
Was
way
one
now.
of the wins?
take it
Was
at-
one of their wins not with Andy Dalton? I feel like
Okay,
it
yeah,
was.
that's true. Yes,
Yeah, I'm
yeah,
pretty
you're
sure
right
it
about
was.
that
You might be right
because he
about
got
that.
injured there for a little bit. That's a good point.
Dude, he's not going to ever.
He's not
I
good.
mean, and I watch CJ Stroud and I go,
He's
I think that this guy could be what we want
Well, dude-
Trevor Lawrence and
Yeah.
Justin Herbert to be.
I still remember C.J. Stroud playing against Georgia in the
Oh, yeah.
semifinals last year.
Nah, he's good. He
Holy
is really
cow,
good.
they were amazing.
Let's talk about who I just said, Trevor Lawrence. When is it enough? When's enough?
To quote Twitter, it might
He's
be
just-
time to start a
yeah,
discussion.
He's just not
Yeah,
good.
because I mean that division. So other than maybe the NFC South, maybe, and that's a big maybe.
Yeah.
This was by far the worst preseason division in the NFL. You had rookie quarterback Anthony Richardson that turned into Gardner Minshew. You had rookie quarterback C.J. Stroud. You had rookie quarterback. You had Ryan Tannehill that turned into rookie quarterback Will Levis. So your competition are these 3 essentially nobodies, and you've got Trevor Lawrence along with a plethora of weapons.
A Calvin
Travis
Ridley who's
Etienne,
been rested.
Calvin Ridley, Christian Kirk, Evan Ingram, a decent defense, Doug Peterson, head coach, all these weapons.
Yep.
A walk in the park. Not a more slam dunk division winner.
Yeah.
Like as
You've
far
got
as
a pool
preseason
in your
goes,
stands.
like the number one pick to win their division team, and they lose
Just
it.
S the
I mean,
bad.
it's crazy, dude.
It's not great.
And that falls on Trevor Lawrence.
Oh, absolutely.
In my opinion,
They're
it does.
playing a Titans team with nothing to play for.
Yeah.
And you can't beat
Yeah.
them.
Yep.
Like,
I'm with you.
Also, in 2 of his 3 seasons now, he's had 14 or more picks. It's not great.
I just
the first season was kind of everybody doesn't hold the first season against him
Then he
because
had a
of
really
the train
good.
wreck that
He was
Right.
really good last year, though.
yes.
Last year he went 9-8, but he had 25 touchdowns, just 8 interceptions. He finished 7th in the MVP voting. He was an All-Pro. He was very good last year.
until this.
My
the
point
playoffs.
is that if we did this if it was the exact same scenario and it was Josh Allen or it was Dak Prescott
Oh, we've
or
been grilling them for less, yeah.
like it would be sell the team. Like that guy can't play quarterback for us.
Yeah.
You know, or Lamar Jackson, like all these guys that get scrutiny for whatever reason. I think we like Trevor Lawrence because he was great in college.
Yeah.
He was this great prospect, and we want him to be good.
He's
And
like a
he's a
starter.
tall, big arm white guy.
Fun
And we want him to be really good.
Yeah.
Same as Justin Herbert. And I mean, I will pound the table on the Justin Herbert stuff. His stats are awesome. They're great. For what? He's won nothing. He's a losing quarterback. He's a career losing quarterback. And I'm not saying that a lot of that's not to do with Staley because he's had bad coaching. But dude, Eckler, Keenan Allen, Mike Williams, Joey Bosa, Khalil Mack, Derwin James, all these ridiculous weapons, and he's a losing quarterback.
Yeah.
And then we got a Dak Prescott that's gone. They've won 12 games 2 years in a row, and we're talking about, I don't know that it means that much.
Yeah.
Dude,
Yeah.
get the hell out of here.
Speaking of
You're
Lamar,
making a lot of points.
Lamar Jackson only 2 years older than Trevor Lawrence.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow.
And he is now about to have 2 MVPs.
Yeah.
I saw a deal that Alan Bowman was coming back for his 7th year of college.
Yeah.
And he was in the same recruiting class as Trevor Lawrence.
Dude, I'll get on
That's pretty funny.
I'll get on YouTube sometimes and watch the top whatever recruits from this class. And you'll have a 2-year NFL vet and an 8-year senior.
That's pretty funny. Yeah.
Oh, it's insane.
That's pretty funny. What else happened in Week 18? The Steelers, they snuck in.
They always do. Mike Tomlin always finds a way.
Winning record, baby.
Oh,
That's all.
yeah.
That's what he does.
Buffalo
Beats the Bills.
Buffalo beats Miami. They win the division.
yeah.
And 5 weeks ago we were talking about how it was probably time to sell the team.
And now they're
Josh Allen sucks.
They're 2 seed.
And now it's like, holy crap, they're 10-point favorites at home.
They're
in the playoffs.
They're hosting a playoff game, and now
Yeah.
Miami has to go play in one of the possibly the coldest games in NFL history.
Yeah.
No shot they win that game.
Oh,
No.
it sucks.
No, I tweeted it out, but I've seen Mahomes do it in that weather. Miami's screwed.
Yeah.
And there's no 2 ways about it. They're done.
You know who does suck?
The Eagles
The
are
Philadelphia
Oh,
Eagles.
yes,
the Eagles
dude.
are stinky. And
They're awful.
And every Eagles fan is be like, "Well, we pulled our starters when you were down 24 zip.
Bro, I've been
Your
giving,
backups played better."
I've been giving our boy Terrell just absolute hell.
Do we call him this week or not?
No. We're not calling him. First of all, it's not worth my time.
Wow.
Yeah, it's
Oh,
5
man.
out of 6. I mean, them and Carolina have the same record in the last 6 weeks. Okay,
That's bad, dude.
and that's a fact.
Yeah.
and so
In the
That's
last how many
disgusting.
weeks?
6 weeks.
Well,
For
now,
Carolina,
6
Carolina's
weeks?
1-5, and the Phillies 1-5.
wow.
Wow.
I say it was a fact.
Is that
I
one? Is that one win the Chiefs or no?
Think,
Here, I'll tell
trying
you.
to think. I'm trying to think who they beat.
Either
Oh
way.
no!
The
It's
Giants.
the
It's Giants. Yes.
Yeah,
So it's
so
not even an impressive one.
They got, and they're getting beat. So they lost 42-19 to San Francisco, 33-13 to the Cowboys.
Oh, Terrell's watch.
Then they only lose by a field goal at Seattle, who, by the way, no longer even has their head coach.
Yeah.
They do squeak past the Giants.
Oh,
Good.
man.
And then they
Good.
lose to the Cardinals, which I know
that
that's
was that was like the end all be all Armageddon game.
All you had to
we
do is
have
not
to beat
lose.
We have to beat the Cardinals. We have to beat them.
I just can't lose to the Cardinals and the Giants. The easiest task on earth. Lost to both of them.
Yeah.
That rules.
season's
Which
over,
and
right?
Props
It's a
to you
wrap.
because you did say, "Hey guys, it's hard to beat two teams."
It's hard to beat a team twice in 3 weeks.
Yep.
No, it is.
I'm
You,
sorry.
that was a solid.
Hey,
take.
Tyler was like, I don't know, man. I kind of feel like the Giants might do it. He did. He was like, I don't know. I think the Giants maybe could pull it off.
Nobody gave him a chance.
You throw enough dumb takes out there, one of them's going to stick.
Something's got to stick.
Speaking of, I'm pretty sure one of our viewers has been on a on a tear about Jalen Hurts not having a job in a couple of years.
Oh yeah,
you might be right.
He texted me at halftime of the Eagles game. Was like, I don't know, man. The 5 years Jalen Hurts not being the quarterback is pretty good now. I was
you might not be wrong.
I mean, yeah, he sucks. I don't know what to tell you. He's terrible.
He is.
I mean, I think Jalen Hurts is. I don't know. I think he might be.
Dude, I wish it would be fun to go back to like right before week 1 and see kind of like what our top 10 quarterbacks of the league would be and see what it is now.
I mean,
Justin
Herbert
terrible. Sucks. Trevor Lawrence sucks. Jalen Hurts sucks. Like we feel vastly different. Josh Allen sucked and then he didn't suck.
Yeah.
I mean, it's
Tua
Lamar Jackson's the GOAT now.
Tua was the MVP and now he sucks again.
Yeah. Oh, dude. Without a head injury.
Yeah,
he
come
just
on.
did it all natural.
No excuse now, buddy.
He did it like
All
the rest
natural.
of us.
No excuse.
He did play 17 games this year though, so
Hey,
that's
proud
something.
of him.
He is getting better. It's a little bit better each day.
I'm just
He's
laughing
getting
because
better.
I'm literally sitting here thinking about, in 30 seconds when we make these picks, am I really going to pick Tampa Bay over Philly?
Hey,
because I think there's a real chance.
Baker had a Zen can in his pocket during practice.
I think. Well,
so
Baker got an extra $1 million
Yep.
for winning the division or making the playoffs or one of the
I think
two.
it was
Yeah,
both.
he did.
Making
Yeah.
the win the division, make the playoffs.
Well, he made a cool milli on week 18, so he's
feeling pretty good.
pretty good. He's from
Barely.
those progressive commercials. He was missing those.
Yeah.
So I got to make it up somehow.
Got to do
Speaking
something.
of, in a game, all they had to do is not lose to the Panthers. They didn't score a touchdown.
Oh,
They
dude.
won
Right.
9-0.
Right.
Okay, let's just kick 3 field goals and get out of here, boys.
That was rough.
But
it was disgusting, is what it was.
Cowboys obviously.
The Saints fought so hard.
Oh,
they played this
my
great game
gosh.
against the Falcons.
I watched that game.
I did too. It was a fun game.
It's like,
Oh,
hey,
also, I do want to announce that the way Corey texts in our group message now, he is officially no longer a Falcons fan, and I think he's full on the Cowboys
Oh, without
bandwagon.
a doubt. Without a doubt.
I'm pretty sure he texted and said, "We are the NFC East
he
champs."
did. He did.
Yep, I did.
I think that's what he said.
I did.
We accept him. It's a good time to get on.
I'll
bring it
tell
in.
you this though. I feel like if we lose in the wild card or the divisional, and the Falcons make a fun hire, we might lose him. He might go back to the Falcons. But
I have a soft spot in my heart
I think
for
if
him.
we did lose anything before the NFC championship game, I think you would be okay. I think you only want him here for the good luck that he possibly brings. So I think if we lose, I think you're okay with losing Corey.
Yeah. There's
He's
going to be
like, I
other
do
problems.
not care.
There'll be other problems if we lose to the Packers this weekend. But
Oh.
let's make our picks. We'll save the Cowboys pick for last, at least in the first round, because we're gonna have a caller. But how about we start with?
Can you pull up the interactive one?
Yep, got it up right now.
I weren't struggling so much with
I'll
this.
let you can say it, Tyler, because you can pull up the odds and spread and all that.
Okay.
You okay with there, big guy?
I had figured this out, and now I've lost it.
He's going 10 rounds with that mic.
Remember last week? I finally had figured it out. Okay.
So proud of you.
Where are we starting? I can barely see this thing.
Wherever you want to.
we'll
Let's do Cowboys last.
Okay. So we will start in the NFC. We've got the 4 seed Bucks versus the 5 seed Eagles, and the spread on that is. Or no, let's start in order. I'm a dummy. Starting at 3:30 on Saturday, you've got the Browns at the Texans. The Browns are a 2.5-point favorite.
Give me the Browns.
I don't know.
It's hard to bet against C.J. Stroud right now just because he's got the hot hand.
I think
let
he's
me
got
jump
the
in real
hot
quick.
hand.
Let me jump in real quick. I'll take the Texans. I want to put it on you.
Okay.
There you go.
I think Stroud's got the hot hand right now. I think he's kind of the hot commodity. People like him. People are rooting for him. They're excited to watch this game this weekend. I just think that the Browns have found this little niche where if we can play a little bit of good defense and Joe Flacco can score a little bit of offense, a little bit of points, we can find a way to win.
Agreed.
Stefanski's probably going to get Coach of the Year. He probably should,
Yeah,
given the circumstances.
4 quarterbacks in a year.
I say I think they ended up making it 5 actually
Oh, yeah.
on the
'cause
final week of the
Driscoll.
season. Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know. I think the Browns have figured out enough. They've figured out enough to get to this point. They won. How many games they win this year? 10, 11?
Something like that.
Yeah. Anyways, I'm picking the Browns. I hate
11,
that
yeah.
for 11 games. That is remarkable, actually. And their most expensive player is
Not even there.
Do you think?
sitting in the booth. So
do you
give
think-
me the Browns.
Or a parlor.
Do you think they can get
Okay.
rid of him forever? Does he ever play quarterback again for the Cleveland Browns?
Yes.
Well, Sean Dotson?
We have to bring him up once an episode. I'm bringing him up now.
Well, Sean
Joe
Dotson?
Flacco's about to start, he's about to start getting his Social Security check.
True.
So I think Deshaun Watson's probably back at the helm next week.
I say whoever wins this gets Coach of the Year. How about that?
That's fair.
Ooh,
then
Coach of the Year Bowl. I like
later that night, I think you can
It
find
is in
this.
Houston, though. That's kind of cool.
True.
Yeah.
I hate Houston. But
I love that even in the playoffs, they're the first game of the
It's-
the afternoon
Right, yeah.
slot, you know.
I don't know if y'all
can we put them
remember
at
this.
12? No, there's no 12th playoff game. Put them at 12.
I don't know if y'all remember this, but during the Deshaun Watson, J.J. Watt years, every year they would play the first playoff game on Saturday during the day. It was like the most given
Oh,
thing
my
on
gosh.
earth
Okay,
that was going to happen.
before we continue with the picks, I want to tell you, Corey, our resident, the NFL is scripted, that if there's a year to buy into the script,
It's this year.
it's this year.
Oh, the stories,
You've got
yeah.
Deshaun Watson reunited back in Houston. Okay, you've got Tyreek Hill reunited back
with
in
the
Kansas
Chiefs.
City.
Yep.
You've got Matthew Stafford reunited back in Detroit.
And
You've
technically
got
Jared Goff as well.
Yeah.
Jared Goff as well. You have Mike McCarthy reunited back against the Packers. So you just got all these
there's
fiery
5 scripts right there.
I mean,
man.
come on, man. They were riding some heat in the beginning of the
they
year.
knew. Yeah,
They knew. They knew.
A lot of scripts. Later that
Poor
night,
DeMar Hamlin when he read his part, you know. Just,
God.
I'm sorry, guys.
All right.
at 7 p.m., I think you can find this game on Tubi. It is the Dolphins at the Chiefs.
Tubi.
Chiefs are 4.5.
It's just on the Hallmark channel, like the free one that you get, like when you buy a Samsung TV.
Yes,
it's like
dude, I have the same
it's
one.
like channel 1058-2.
It's
You're
just
like,
always bad stuff.
what
Like,
the
it's
hell
just,
is this movie?
you can't even tell. Like, it's just,
By the way, Tubi does have everything. I don't
Was
know
this
if y'all.
filmed on an iPhone?
Tubi rules. Shout out random.
Yeah,
Tubi
and-
logo.
proud of Tubi.
And we're gonna get Patrick Mahomes versus the Miami Dolphins,
Yep.
filmed on an iPhone. That's pretty
Oh
cool.
yeah, you get a Joe Flacco going back to the Ravens if they win,
Oh yeah.
Man.
which we have them doing.
Which obviously the script knows, so you should just take that for what it's worth. But I will be taking the Chiefs in this one. Like I said, I've seen Patrick Mahomes in these conditions. I've seen Miami in these conditions, and I don't think it's going to go well. So as big of a hater as I am of the Taylor Swift-led Chiefs, I will take the Chiefs.
Not so fat. No, I'm just kidding. I also have to. I would love to pick the Dolphins. I'm the resident Dolphins fan, but if they weren't as hurt as they are right
Yeah.
now, I might could talk myself into
Yeah.
it. But they're as hurt as they are. The cold weather doesn't help, and I just watched you very much have that win against Buffalo, and then just completely fall apart in the second
Yep.
half.
Injuries, cold weather, and then them just absolutely sliding at the very end of the season. Just it's what I hate about the Dolphins is that they usually peak at the worst times. Like they choose to not play their best football at the end of the season. So give me the Chiefs.
I will say this about the Chiefs, though. I'm smart enough to never bet against Patrick Mahomes, but I've also arrived at a point where I think I'm smart enough to never bet on this Chiefs team. So I wouldn't.
Against the spread, at least.
Yeah, I wouldn't. Not that anyone would ever do that, but I'm not advising anyone do that. But they probably do in the game. We'll have the Chiefs moving on.
Yeah.
Okay, that's done with Saturday. Starting on Sunday, one of the just who cares. At noon on CBS, you've got the Steelers at the Bills. Bills are a 10-point favorite.
Probably the least entertaining game of the weekend. I would say that Mike Tomlin probably will make this, I guess, somewhat interesting, with J.J. Watt, or not J.J. Watt, T.J. Watt being out.
Yeah.
JJ has been working out with the team, though.
I've been seeing that they're going to suit him up.
Oh, dude.
Yeah, no. But with him being out, that's pretty tough. And I just, you know how I feel about the Bills. You know how I feel about Josh Allen. Josh Allen, say what you want about him, but if he gets hot, if he plays football like he did in the second half against the Dolphins, where it's just like, hey, I'm just gonna figure out how to win. If he can do that 4 times in a row, Buffalo can win the Super Bowl.
Yeah.
And so I think they get this one done pretty handily.
Dude, how boring is it that we spent all this time being like, dude, the AFC, we thought we knew what it was,
So
but
stacked,
the Chiefs suck,
yeah.
the Bills suck. What anything could happen, and then we've got the Bills and the Chiefs
Yeah,
in the divisional
right.
round.
Dread
Right.
it. Run from it.
Yeah,
Destiny arrives all the same.
That's so boring.
Yeah.
But yeah, the Bills for sure.
Hey, but we do have the Browns. Luckily,
Thank God.
got the Browns.
Thank you, Joe.
I will skip past
Sleepy
the 3.
Joe is what I've been calling him lately.
I will
The
skip
wrong
past.
one.
I don't care. We'll do the 3:30 game. Do you have Dalton ready, or do you want to skip
Yeah.
it?
Call up
All right,
our
we'll
Okay,
call
yeah,
Dalton.
call up our Packers expert, my friend, teammate.
And then we've got Tebs. Tebs wants to call in afterwards for
Perfect.
betting on
Perfect.
the
Tail
Cowboys
and
game.
Tabs. We're finally bringing Tail
Tail and
and Tabs back.
Tebs.
We're back.
Let's do it.
Hello.
Hello,
Dalton
sir.
Meyer, what's up, buddy?
How y'all doing?
We're chilling, man. What are you up to?
Man, so my new retired passion has been pickleball. So I'm actually up in Huntsville with my girlfriend. Just played a good round of pickleball.
Pickling it up.
I'm too heavy, and now I'm at the house.
I'm positive that I'm positive that Hannah is better than you at pickleball.
Oh, what she barely plays, and I'm trying to get her into it, and all of a sudden, she can run around the court like nobody's business, and I'm huffing and puffing because I'm retired now, and so she's been smoking me. But
she is the all-time digs leader at Sam Houston State
volleyball.
She played
okay, nice.
So I can see where that translates to pickleball.
Yeah, she got her last year this year, so really excited. Hopefully they can play a little bit better than they did last year, but I'm very excited to watch her last season as she gets onto the train that me and Hump have been a part of.
She's still an active player?
Yeah.
Oh, she's definitely kicking your tail, bro.
Well, and that's the thing. Dalton's only been out of it for a couple weeks now.
Oh, wow.
And it's like the day it's over, it hits you. It's just like it's downhill from here.
I feel
this is it.
I feel it because I turned 30 this month.
The season ended, I felt older already. I woke up and everything hurt.
Damn, my knee hurts.
Yeah.
I'll tell you one thing, Sonny.
He's already looking at his 401k like, man, this isn't looking too good. What have I been doing?
I got to make some smarter investments.
So, Dalton, we brought you on the show because three of us care about the Packers. I don't think I've watched the Packers play 1 second this year because of how much I really dislike them. So, talk to us like, we've never seen the Packers play this year. Tell us what the Cowboys are getting into this weekend. Does Green Bay have a shot? And is Jordan Love the real deal?
So here's the thing about the Green Bay Packers. It's been an interesting year as, y'all haven't followed them like I have, but it was an up and down year. And there were many times where I as well gave up on my boys just because of how young we were. And, we were kind of transitioning from Aaron Rodgers and all his stuff, and it was a new team. We're kind of revamping. Can Jordan Love be the next Bart Starr, Aaron Rodgers? And there were some up and downs. I think we had a lot of injuries. Aaron Jones was in and out. He was kind of going to be our backbone because we lost Alan Lazard to the Jets. He got a big contract. And so we were kind of relying on Romeo Dubes and Christian Watson, guy me and Hump are familiar with. He lit us up on special teams when we played him.
He did.
And so, we have a really young core. So it was something that I got worried about. And we had some really good wins and we had some really bad losses. So to squeak into the playoffs, exciting. I'm excited, but, I hate saying it, Hump, but, man, this, you say it every year that this is the year.
Oh, wow. Wow. I was not expecting that.
This is a treat. Let me hear it, Dalton.
Listen, we are the 7th seed, had to win to get in. So I'm excited. I love watching playoff football. But if there's any year that the Cowboys are going to do it, just realistically with how weak the NFC is, I really feel like it's between the Cowboys and the 49ers. But the problem is I don't know what it is with the Green Bay Packers. I don't know if our color just scares y'all, but every time we play the Cowboys, we get it done. I know Hump knows well about I don't know if it's a curse, if what goes on when we play each other, but all of a sudden the Cowboys just fall apart. So, I'm relying on faith itself that they can get it done. The NFL gods can continue what we've built. But in all honesty, towards this game, the Cowboys are a complete team right now. I think CeeDee Lamb is obviously one of the best receivers in the NFL. And as much hate as I give Dak, and I've questioned him, he does look like the MVP behind Lamar Jackson. I think it's a two-man race between the two. Jackson playing complete football. CeeDee Lamb's been doing really well. And your defense is just lighting it up. So I'm excited to watch the game, but unfortunately, I'm not very optimistic. I think if we're going to win, it's going to be behind Jordan Love. Is he going to be able to play like he has these last 2 weeks? He's been doing really well. He won the NFC, the Air Player of the Week, whatever, with his stats. And so can Jordan Love in his first playoff game, play well be calm in this environment and upset the one of the top teams. Y'all are the number 2 seed, right?
Yeah.
So beating the number 2 team. And then Jordan Love, you know me and Hub, when we talked about it at Walk On Radio, I questioned Jordan Love from day one. And am I still questioning him? I'm not 100% in. I am very excited. I think we have a good quarterback that we can put our faith behind. Do I think he's the franchise quarterback yet? I don't know. I think I need to see another year, but I'm really excited. I think with a few more weapons, we're going to be great. We're one of the youngest teams, one of the cheapest receiver rooms, so we have a lot of cap. Once we get Aaron Jones and A.J. Dillon rolling full speed, it's going to be great. But in terms of this game, it could be really bad. We could be seeing a 30-point game. If I had to do a pick-em, I know Hump's rule is it's Cowboys no matter what. He's always going to pick the Cowboys, and I respect that. I respect that game. But if I'm putting money on this game, if I had to put my rent on the line, I'm probably taking the Dallas Cowboys.
Fair.
Well, Dalton, we appreciate the Green Bay Packer analysis. I hope you're right on your pick'em. My last 2 experiences in person, I was at Lambeau last year. Aaron Rodgers absolutely crushed me. I was at the last time the Cowboys and the Packers played in a playoff game at AT&T. Aaron Rodgers crushed me there. He cannot hurt
Jared
me.
Cook?
He cannot hurt me this weekend, thank God. And so, hoping the Cowboys get it done. Dalton, thank you for calling in, man. Miss you, buddy.
Man, I love the show. I was listening earlier. It's a great thing. Let me throw in a take for y'all. Y'all didn't mention Bill Belichick being Alabama's next head. That'd
be something.
Pick. I
Almost
think
like a
if you're
semi-retirement.
trying to replace Nick Saban, if you want legacy, if you want a guy that can handle that, there's nobody better than Belichick. I think he can step in. He has ties with Nick Saban. Maybe he takes a shot at college. But I love the show. That's my take, and I'll be listening to the rest of the show. I'm excited.
Heck yeah.
Sweet.
God, can you imagine every other SEC team's like, we finally got rid of Nick Saban.
That's
Oh,
like
here comes
replacing
Belichick.
Darth Vader with Emperor Palpatine.
Yeah.
It's like, damn it.
Oh, we just
See you,
got
buddy.
rid of this
Love you,
guy.
man.
I'll see y'all.
I'm here for it.
Man.
It's funny. I was literally just about to ask him about Jordan Love, and then he beat me to the punch. I did want his thoughts on.
I wanted to bring a
little
show
show
and
and
tell.
Okay, here we go.
Obviously, big Cowboys weekend, but this is my autographed, one of the second greatest Silver Springs Wildcat ever behind Tyreek Rawlson, Forrest Gregg.
The greatest Miller Grove Hornet of all time.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, I forgot about that.
Yeah.
Super Bowl winning, NFL Hall of Fame, greatest player that Vince Lombardi ever coached.
That's cool.
Yeah, pretty cool.
Dude, I love that. That's
yeah.
fire.
I was the last Forrest Gregg Award winner while he was still alive.
Wow.
You
Yeah.
have a lot of very cool things.
Just
Yeah, it's random.
unreplicatable things
Yeah.
that
That's
have
very
happened.
cool.
Yeah, like that's kind of a cool deal.
That's
But
very
yeah,
cool.
neat jersey.
Want to give Tebs a call real quick?
Okay.
Oh,
we
yeah.
got tabs
Yeah.
coming in. Anyone else that wants to call, the phone number's on the screen.
Oh wait. Is Tebs? Are we?
He's talking about the Cowboys game.
Oh, okay. I thought it was like betting or something. We're tailing Tebs.
I think,
It's telling Tebs, but it's the Cowboys game.
Tabs, what you got?
So you're
We're finally introducing Telling Tabs. We've only been teasing it for 6 months.
the whole
so,
existence of.
I'm not sure. Can y'all tell me what the line is?
Yes, 1 second. I think it's 7.5.
I don't know how
It
I'd go
is-
about
yeah,
finding that.
Cowboys,
7.5, yeah.
Cowboys minus 7.5. The over/under is 50.5.
I didn't need to know because I was going to tell you
Ooh.
that whatever it is, you take Dallas minus 14 in an alternate line.
Wow.
This is going to be a Cowboys show their muscles this game.
Yeah.
Okay.
We have
Wow.
a Packers with no defense. We have the Jimmy Johnson curse that has been broken.
That's what Chad keeps
We
saying.
have we have an elite offense with the best connection this year with CeeDee Lamb and Dak Prescott.
Zero doubt there.
We have an elite defense. I know sometimes the PFF grades and the numbers might not always show it, but I think everybody would agree that Dallas has an elite defense that you don't really want to go against while playing a young QB first start in the playoffs.
Yeah.
This isn't the Packers with Aaron Rodgers.
Tebs, you got me ready back here, big dog.
Hey,
I'm ready for some football.
Let's get some Sunday yet.
I had some notes ready.
I'm pumped, man.
Mike McCarthy isn't hyping this thing up like, oh, it's my former team. It's fucking sorry.
Hey!
This is as usual. You got me hyped.
What happened to your PR training?
Yeah, come on.
I was texting Tess before the call. He's like, I'm more PR trained than Corey. You don't got to worry about me.
Dallas minus 14. Take the line. I'll
That's
see y'all
hilarious. Tebs.
You jinx yourself, buddy.
I know. Sorry.
Perfect.
See you, man.
Sorry, everybody.
What I'll say about the Cowboys, just totally piggybacking off of Tebs. It just, I say this, and my non-Cowboys friends and the haters and all that, whatever, they're gonna say, well, this is same deal you say every year, and it's y'all's year. But I feel like the way they won the division, the way Dak has played, the way that the Jimmy Johnson deal, and the way that they've just found their way, they've earned their way into this position of. We've got a favorable matchup at home in the first round. We've got a favorable matchup at home in the second round. We don't have to play the San Francisco 49ers until the NFC Championship, if at all.
Yeah.
And it's just like we haven't had this roadmap in my lifetime, I feel like. And so I don't know. If there's a year it's going to be done, this is a really, really good chance.
Yeah, 100%. They're going to break the curse. We've seen curses be broken in this city already this year. So, I mean, I think it can happen. Everything is lining up perfectly for it. The only thing that would scare me, no, you know what? I don't even care.
Let's talk about tell me why the Cowboys won't.
Yeah, tell me why not.
Why won't they do it?
Why not?
Realistically, I just have a very hard time seeing a scenario in which you do beat the 49ers. I think even if you played your best football, even if defensively you were doing your best, with the Cowboys are at their best when they're forcing turnovers and they're winning the field position battle. I don't think the 49ers play a brand of football that's going to allow you to do that. I think you're going to have a really hard time keeping up with them. Them and the Ravens, to me, even more so with the Ravens, but they just feel very overwhelming at times. I know everyone hates me for this reason. I'm always this guy, but I don't know that you'd beat the Lions either. They scare me. But I'm coming around. This is the best I've felt about the Cowboys ever. So,
I think that's all fair stuff. I personally, first of all, I want to say that if the Dallas Cowboys lose to Green Bay this weekend, McCarthy's gone.
Yeah, it's gonna be rough.
It's probably time for Jerry to go. Like it's not sell the team. It's not sell the team, but it's like
it's dang near close.
This is just the absolute biggest failure that we've ever had.
Yeah,
because the Packers are not. They're not that good.
We've had some big ones.
The Packers are not that good. The Cowboys are substantially better than Green Bay this year, and so it's unexcusable. Next week, I think that we will play Detroit. But it would not shock me if the Rams figured out a way to beat the Lions. It wouldn't shock me.
That wouldn't shock me at all either.
And then you'd play the winner of Tampa and Philly, which both at this very moment don't scare me.
The point I do want to make about the Lions, I think I'm being a bit unfair because we do this thing with the Bills, with the Ravens, where we're like, look, you've had all these chances. Until I see you do it, I have to assume you're not. I don't know why the Lions. I don't know why I'm giving them any benefit of the doubt. I've also never seen them do it in the playoffs.
Right.
So I am being a bit hypocritical there. But
yeah, and I don't know. Part of me is not sure who I want San Francisco to play. Do I want it to be a Rams team that's pretty hot right now, and you got Stafford, a guy that's won the Super Bowl? Do I want it to be an Eagles team where surely they can turn it around somewhat?
That is what I was going to mention a second ago. Even though they've been
figure
awful,
something out.
You get hot in the playoffs, that's all that matters. Momentum and matchups.
I know we're messing with them, but Jalen Hurts is good, and they've got good players, and they went to the Super Bowl last year, so it is possible. And honestly, as a Cowboys fan, we want Philly.
Yeah,
we want Philly to be playing better because
they want them to beat up on the 49ers.
The worst thing that can happen is the 49ers are, Brock Purdy doesn't even play in the fourth quarter, and then they're fresh. We're grinding it out against the Detroit Lions, and that's not in our favor.
Yeah, and you can and will beat the Eagles if you get to play.
You will.
For
sure.
You will. I do not see us losing at home. I'll be honest.
No.
I don't see a scenario where we lose at home. I think we can win on the road at San Fran. I think it'll be a really tall task. I think we'll certainly be underdogs in that game, 3.5-ish points.
Yeah.
However, I think that San Francisco, I think they're a Christian McCaffrey ankle away from you changing your mind.
They absolutely are.
You know what I mean?
100%.
Debo
We saw it last
the
year.
middle, and
We saw it last year.
yeah,
They 100% are. I agree with that.
yeah.
So I don't know. A lot can change quickly, and the same for the Cowboys. CeeDee Lamb gets hurt, and we're thinking,
here we go.
it's over.
Yeah.
But I just think that we're in about as favorable as a position as we're gonna get. So man, let's seize the opportunity.
And that's why you win the NFC East and get that 2 seed for that reason. We got another caller real quick.
Oh, here we go.
We're having all the social interaction.
It's call day.
I love it.
Day.
Hello.
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 Oh, here we go.
This is Tiger Shadow Claw. No, I'm playing.
It's Chad.
It's Chad.
Yeah, I was
So
gonna
Tiger,
tell.
so Tiger Shadow Claw.
Hey, great show tonight, fellas. Great show. Big show. Big show. Y'all are doing awesome. I wanted to throw in a couple of cents. I think we've
MJ's
had
better
some
than
of these
LeBron.
conversations around the office. I am a believer that the Jimmy Johnson induction was a curse lifter. I really do believe that. Believe that so much that we've put some money on the Cowboys to actually win it all.
If you're into that kind of thing,
Hypothetically,
What?
of course.
only if you're into that betting type of thing. You know.
Hypothetically, of course.
Also, while I've got y'all, Corey, is the dump button not working tonight, buddy?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
We're ready for that one. We're not ready for that one.
We were told PR trained. That's our bad.
Yeah, we were told he was on the up and up.
Well, that's okay. He sounded very passionate.
He had passion.
He was fiery for sure.
Can we talk about the fact that it really does, and I mentioned this in passing to Tyler today at the office, it truly seems like Brock Purdy has been exposed the last 2 weeks, and that I don't think he is what we have set him up to be.
Oh, definitely not. Definitely not.
Right.
Well, and I think there were points in time throughout the year. You know, they go on that 3-game losing stretch, and it's like, dude, this guy's a 7th round pick. You know, and then they figure it out, and I think Tyler touched on it. It's all based on their efficiency when they're holding on to the ball and they're playing good defense. Brock Purdy looks like a guy that can win a Super Bowl, but when they're having to kind of scrounge for some points, and the defense isn't clicking on all cylinders today, he's a 7th round pick, and I think you're exactly right, Chad.
So if we play the what if game, if that Cowboy Niners game was played at AT&T, do we win that game?
Oh, I think
early
so.
in the season.
I think we win
Tyler
it.
says no.
I think we win it.
Oh, you're saying earlier this year or now?
Right.
Oh, I thought you meant now.
I don't know. I think the Niners have like an exceptionally good roster.
You could put them in Antarctica, and they're the favorite to me against whoever they're playing.
really.
I don't think it matters.
They have an exceptionally good roster. I mean, like legitimately, when you have a quarterback,
bottom, it's pretty
when
solid.
you have a quarterback that you're not paying, and I'm not saying that you shouldn't pay the quarterback because you have to pay quarterbacks, but when you have that guy, they've got all this money. I mean, they have the highest paid running back, one of the highest paid receivers, highest paid offensive lineman, one of the highest paid tight ends, highest paid fullback, one of the highest paid linebackers, one of the highest paid defensive linemen.
Yeah.
All these unbelievable. It's because they're not paying their quarterback.
Yeah.
And so for this little 2, 3, 4 year stretch that they've got Brock Purdy on a rookie contract, we're going to keep seeing this.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
Hey, also Luke commented on YouTube and said, "I am sorry, Chad," in all caps.
How about Jimbo Fisher to Alabama?
It's happening.
That'd be like the biggest joke of all time.
Oh, it'd be the most ironic. Like, I would want it to happen just to see the Twitter commentary.
Twitter would rule. Yeah.
Oh, it'd be amazing.
I would subscribe to TexAg so I could read all the forums and stuff too.
You can probably just share Chad's login. You know.
Yeah, maybe Chad will help me up with that.
Great show, boys.
Thank you, Chad.
man.
We'll see you.
I do want to defend Chad, not defend him, but he has been all year long. He has been telling me every week, this is it. They're going to win. I've never heard. Chad and me are usually on the exact same page when it comes to the Cowboys. And
he's all in.
He's completely, this whole year he's been telling me, this is it. They're going to win the Super Bowl. They're going to win the Super Bowl.
Well, I will say,
so
Chad was all in on the Rangers.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You were all in on the Rangers. But I think Chad told us in about February, I don't know, man. I think the Rangers can.
He said they would
can
win.
do it.
He said they would win 100 games, and even I was like, okay.
Hey, let's back off just a little bit.
They did end up winning 100 games.
Yeah,
they ended up winning the World Series.
It's
so maybe Chad's better luck than Corey. Even I don't know.
It might be honestly, but when we
just
combine,
needed the whole gang
when
together.
we combine,
I need him.
Hold the line, boys. Hold the line.
We need to get him really into the stars.
Let's. No kidding. Let's make these picks. We took Dallas. So I think we have 2 more to pick.
Yes, sorry, I lost my place. Here we go.
Should be
we
Detroit.
Are back. Yes.
Yeah, Lions, Rams.
Rams at Lions. The Lions are a 3-point favorite.
As cool of a homecoming as I think this will be, and I do think it'll be a good football game.
Oh, yeah.
Like Tyler said, the Lions are good. They've got good players.
They lost one of them
But
last week.
Laporta's probably out. But let's pump the brakes a little bit. One of these teams has a lot of the Super Bowl, champs a couple years ago. One of these teams have 0 Super Bowl champs.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So I will take the Lions, but I think it's going to surprise some people.
I hate to do this because it's going to kind of mess up what we want to happen, but give me the Rams.
Ooh.
Well, I've got the Lions. So.
Okay, never mind.
All right.
You of all people, he was a year early on the Lions, and now he doesn't care anymore.
Yeah, well, I just think when it comes to the playoffs, experience matters.
Yeah, Mr.
Sure.
Hard Knocks over here.
Yeah, and I still love the Lions, and I hope they, all their dreams come true, and Motor City has a revival, and we start producing more trucks and vehicles and all that kind of stuff. But
they can't have everything.
Just
though.
wait.
Exactly.
Just wait till
Michigan
Tim
already won
Robinson.
the national championship.
Yeah.
True, they can't have it all.
No.
Yeah.
But you know what? Dallas can because the Rangers and the Cowboys and the Stars.
Amen, brother.
Probably not the Mavs.
Not the Mavs, but
no. Okay, we've got now
Monday
Night Football.
Yeah, Eagles at Bucks. The Eagles are a 3-point favorite.
Which might I add, what a pretty big disadvantage to be playing on Monday.
Yeah.
That's one whole day that you're not going to get back.
Yeah.
Practice wise.
I was very surprised when I saw that there was and if you're playing on Saturday and you win,
Well, those are all the AFC games.
you've got
Yeah.
it just doesn't make a lot of sense to me.
They did strategically make just AFC games on Saturday. That way, like a winner isn't playing.
Okay,
Right.
so
2
the
days of rest.
next week AFC will still be on Saturday.
I would think so.
Yes, it will.
Yeah.
But one NFC team, whoever wins and plays the winner of the Bucks and Philly, is going to have an extra day.
Right.
Yeah.
Now, that could be the Niners, and none of that matters, but you're also playing on one less day than a team that's been off for 2 weeks. It's
Very
kind of a
true.
weird, kind of a
Yeah,
weird
it's
deal.
just goofy.
Kind of a weird deal. But I'll go ahead and make my pick first. Well, no, I won't. I've been picking first. You pick first. I think this one's close.
I wish I could pick the Bucks, but I can't. I not only have to pick the Eagles, I think I would even take the -3 if I had to, but I wouldn't. But if I had to,
Give me the Bucks.
okay,
Easily.
put it on Ryan's
Easily.
shoulders.
I do think it's going to be a good one. I think it's going to be a good one. I really do. I mean, I think it's going to be a good one. I think the Eagles are playing about as bad as anyone right now. But as a Cowboys fan that is trying to get the Niners a little beat up, just a little, the Bucks aren't doing that.
Yeah.
Okay.
So I think the Eagles are our best shot. I'm going to go Philly.
What would Bucks
But
49ers spread be?
Bad.
Or
13.5.
Maybe not that bad.
Okay.
Maybe 9
11
and a half.
or okay.
Yeah.
10, yeah.
Yeah.
But bad. That's really bad in the NFL.
For sure.
Yeah.
if only it could have been the Lions, but it's impossible.
But it's like you
What are you doing
can't
over? Okay,
you can't
doing a lot of switching around over there.
I'm just messing
Okay.
around.
you can't
with
eat
it.
your cake and have it too
I know.
because if that was the scenario, Dallas wouldn't have 2 home games. You
Yeah.
know what I mean?
Yeah.
So-
Okay, we still have a good bit to do here, so we're gonna have to pick the pace up a little bit. In the AFC,
What are you, freaking you a golf marshal or something?
Yeah. Just
well, we
pace
also-
of play out here.
I know.
What in the world's going on?
Are we gonna have that one topic? Yeah. Okay.
Yeah,
Let's
so,
keep going. Let's keep going.
In
Let's
the
keep going.
AFC,
Keep going.
the one
Let's
seed
roll.
Ravens.
Keep going.
Let's go.
Here we go.
Here we go.
Here we go.
1 seed Ravens, 5 seed Browns. Ravens.
1 seed Ravens, 5 seed Browns. I know if
You
Give
just
me
lived
Joe,
it.
baby.
if Jeremy
Give me
was
Joe.
here, well, the Browns are going to the Super Bowl.
We'd have to flip a
No,
coin again.
they're not. We're not flipping. Ryan vetoes. Ravens win.
Okay, Ravens in. Bills Chiefs.
Bills, Chiefs.
Every year it's this, but this time it'll be in Buffalo.
It-
Yeah, finally.
It's the Bills this time. I'm not.
It's their time to dance.
It's the Bills.
They've been the bridesmaid all these years. It's time for them to be the bride.
Listen, guys, I think I've picked Bills to the Super Bowl like 6 years in a row. This time I'm doing it.
It comes down to Bills Cowboys.
This one's
and the teams you're always like, this is their year. It's finally their year.
I've been picking Bills Cowboys Super Bowl since I was like a junior in high school.
It's gonna
hit
eventually.
No, but give me the Bills in that one in an epic, instant mega classic.
I don't know that it'd be as good of a game as we like.
It has to be.
The Chiefs just suck right now.
They're just not good.
The gods will bless us. The football,
True. If nothing
the script
else,
gods are going to bless us.
Yeah, they're going to have.
If nothing else, Josh Allen will throw 2 dumb picks. Keep it close,
right.
and then have to dig himself out of
right.
it. Yeah. In the NFC, we've got 2-seed Cowboys, 3-seed Lions.
I think we all know where this is going.
I'm picking Dallas, obviously, but that will be a fantastic game.
Go ahead.
Well, you didn't pick the Lions to beat the Rams,
No,
so
I didn't.
I don't think you also have them beating the Cowboys.
Yeah, if you. Right. Yeah, you're out.
Just send the Cowboys on to the next round.
All right.
And then we've got Eagles, 49ers. I mean, it's the 49ers.
Let's just hope that one gets 4 quarters.
Agreed. Yeah.
Yeah.
You want to take the Eagles over there?
So 1-2 and 1-2.
Yep.
On both sides.
It's going chalk over here, unfortunately.
Yeah.
In the
about to
AFC,
change.
Ravens, Bills. It would be in Baltimore, but
Okay, Tyler, you're Mr. Raven. You've been tooting their horn all night, so I assume you're going to take the Ravens.
I am going to take the Ravens,
Okay.
and you're going to take the Bills.
I am going to take the Bills in this one.
We're putting this in Corey's hands.
It's all up to
That's
Corey.
disgusting.
Corey takes the Browns.
Corey, who goes to the Super Bowl? Tell
Let's
us.
go and send the Browns that way.
So actually, I want to retract.
Yeah.
Give me the Steelers.
That first round matchup, I'm not too sure about that anymore.
No,
who you got, Corey?
I think it's the Ravens. I think that defense propels them.
Okay.
I think Josh Allen throws one too many picks, has a dumb moment, something like that, bites him in the butt again.
he'll have a dumb
Now-
moment. It's just can he rebuttal the dumb moment?
Yeah.
There's a guarantee it'll be a dumb moment.
I think the Ravens go to the Super Bowl.
We've given Corey so much power because he not only determined who made it from the AFC, but we know I'm taking 49ers and you're taking
I'm
Cowboys.
gonna take
So
Dallas.
he is also determining who goes to the whole Super Bowl is on
You already
your
know.
shoulders.
You already know it's Cowboys,
Ooh,
baby.
Okay.
baby.
It's Cowboys.
Okay.
It's our time, man. It's just everything is just aligning into this beautiful moment for the Cowboys
Like,
to
I've
finally
waited
get it
so
done.
long. We've all waited so long.
I have waited weeks for this, guys.
I've never been more sure that if Dallas does find their way into the Super Bowl, they get past Green Bay, they get past Detroit or whoever, they get past the Niners, they're gonna do it.
Here's
I
what
agree.
They're gonna do
if
it.
the Cowboys make it to the Super Bowl, I'm already thinking about the meat I'm gonna be smoking for that bad boy.
What?
Talking brisket. I'm
That's
talking
getting-
dino ribs.
that's getting
pork
clipped.
butt.
I'm already thinking about the meat I'm gonna smoke. Dude, that was pretty funny. I think Dak can really. I think he
No,
can.
I'm already thinking of like
can
a
get it
menu.
done against that defense.
Smoked
Nope.
queso.
What am I lathering my ribs in?
Smoked queso.
Is it going to be a 24-hour rub or a 48-hour
Oh,
rub?
dude, you never know, baby.
All right. Well,
All I know is we're taking it low and slow.
that was pretty funny. That was pretty funny.
Tyler can't come
That was
back
pretty
over here.
funny.
Oh,
I
man.
was gonna say.
I'm excited. I've got
let's
some
all
recipes
try
I need to
get
try.
This moment to where we can clip it later and use it later. We've already.
Yeah. Oh, it's getting clipped for sure.
Oh,
That's
man.
pretty funny.
That was
Pretty funny.
great.
But yeah, I do think if they do find their way into the Super Bowl, I imagine they'll just go ahead and get it done.
Tell us in the comments or text us what is your Super Bowl. We've got the Cowboys beating the Ravens.
Yep. As it always should have been.
Just
As God
shout
intended.
God intended it.
Yeah, God
So
intended
there's
it.
2 more games we want to play. I'm going to start with Ryan's because I like his. I will tell you after that we're going to do the head coaching vacancies. I want to throw them all at you, and you can tell me how appealing of a job that is. If you have a candidate.
I'm going to make sure to definitely bring up a tweet that you tweeted earlier
Okay.
about that
Okay. But before we do that,
because it needs to get on to the into the airwaves.
before we do that, Ryan had a game he wants to do. We're looking at a Super Bowl. Who needs a Super Bowl the most from a team standpoint, from a player standpoint, and from a coach standpoint? I will open the bidding where I had them in that order, so we'll do the team first. And I
Okay.
think for obvious reasons, it's the Dallas Cowboys.
Okay.
For me.
Yeah, and I prefaced this question. I really brought it up originally because I think there's a lot of great answers for a lot of
I
great
think so
reasons.
as well. I think the Bills would be a good answer.
I think the Cowboys are a good answer. I'm going to go a different route. I think the 49ers.
I was going to say the 49ers
You're
also.
the clear-cut favorite in a really watered-down NFC. Like I've said, you're on this Brock Purdy contract era where you're not paying him anything. That's going to go away. And so if there's been a year to do it, you need to do it now.
Yeah, you and I have had that conversation for years, and it's become like a popular theory, but we had talked about that's how the Legion of Boom Seahawks did it.
Yep.
That's how teams are doing it. And like you're saying, you only have such a small window. You're never going to be in this watered down of an NFC. You're never going to be this heavy of a favorite. Yeah, it's now. I don't want to say it's now or never, but this is by far.
Well, because it's like the Cowboys are good with a high paid quarterback, so like they should stay pretty stagnant for the next couple years.
Not only the watered down NFC, the AFC is it's a weird year.
No, this is the year to win the Super Bowl if you're a team that can do it for sure.
Yeah, I was coming in thinking of the Cowboys, but now switch to the 49ers. You've been close all these years. You know, the years you went, and then Jimmy Garoppolo just couldn't get it done.
Yep.
You know, you had the kid with the punt return and all that kind of stuff, the muff punt. I mean, it's just like year after year, there's just tragedy. The UCL, you know, for Purdy, it's like, dude, y'all, if it doesn't happen, you're cursed.
So is your team the Niners?
I would say the Niners, yeah.
Okay. Moving on to player. I started the last one, so Corey, do you have a player in mind? Who needs the Super Bowl most? If you don't, that's fine. We can.
No, I've got one. Lamar Jackson.
Lamar Jackson.
Easily.
That's mine.
I had written down either Lamar or Josh Allen. I think
either
way,
that's true. Yeah,
I
those
think
would be
either
my
way,
two.
it drastically changes your narrative.
Yeah.
Lamar Jackson's about to be the youngest two-time MVP of all time, and people still. I mean, just 9 months ago, every team in the league was sprinting to a microphone to tell us why they did not want Lamar Jackson.
Well, I'll say this: if he doesn't get to the Super Bowl this year and does win an MVP. Everything I've been saying for the last 5 years is spot on, could not be more true.
That's fair.
Fun regular season player, going to give you good stats, can win the division, apparently can win the regular season title, can't win a Super Bowl.
Won't win a Super Bowl. I think on the flip end of that, and why he very much qualifies for this conversation, I think if he wins the Super Bowl, along with his MVP, he is already a Hall of Famer.
Oh, yeah.
2-time MVP and a Super Bowl.
I mean,
you would almost. How many 2-time MVP Super Bowl winners are there that aren't Hall of Famers?
I won't agree there yet.
Fair.
I won't agree there yet because that's like, I don't know. Well, I don't know. It will drastically change, just as Josh Allen's will.
Yes, Josh Allen's. I mean, just a month ago, 6 weeks ago, Twitter had turned all the way on Josh Allen.
And then the third one would be Dak. I think it has to be Dak.
That's completely fair.
And Chad texted and said, "Has there ever been two brothers win a national championship and a Super Bowl in the same year?"
I'm trying to think.
Harbaugh and Harbaugh.
Oh, sorry.
Oh, I'm a dummy. Yeah, I didn't get that.
I was trying to think player.
It took me a second. I'm glad I could read it.
I was thinking player.
That's a great
no,
question.
obviously, no shot. There's no way. So that would be absolutely amazing.
Ludicrous.
Yeah, talk about a proud dad. Good Lord.
Oh, yeah.
And then Coach.
Sorry to cut you off.
Coach.
Oh.
I'll go ahead and hop in if you don't have anything yet.
I feel like maybe McCarthy.
McCarthy, that's not bad.
I just
he may be out of a job. Oh no!
So that's what I'm going to say. I won't say that it has to be a Super Bowl, but if the Cowboys were to lose in the second round, he might be fired.
Yeah.
He might be fired. I don't know.
Think
he is fired if they lose this weekend?
Bring that up. Yeah, I mean,
what do you think, Tyler?
I agree with that. I had written down Kyle Shanahan, but pretty much for the exact same reasons Corey was saying. Like, you've been so close so many times, including when you were the offensive coordinator of that Falcons team. I think Kyle Shanahan.
And the thing with the 49ers, too, is eventually you're going to have to pay Purdy.
Or just restart this whole cycle.
Yeah, exactly.
Else,
but it's like, McDermott, he doesn't have to win a Super Bowl.
Right.
Andy Reid, obviously, he doesn't have to win a Super Bowl. Tomlin, they suck. They're not. It's amazing that they made the playoffs.
For sure.
Stefanski, amazing they made the playoffs. D'Amico Ryans, rookie coach.
He's just getting started.
Yeah.
Harbaugh's already won.
Yeah.
McDaniels, yeah. So, I don't know.
Yeah, I think it's those
It's
two.
McCarthy. It's Shanahan. Yeah.
I didn't even think 49ers goes way back to when Harbaugh was coaching that team. It was Harbaugh versus Harbaugh.
And what about the Eagles though? What about the Eagles though? Because they got there last year, and the natural thing to do is they'll get back. Well, there's a lot of examples in history of when when a team breaks through, they get to that Super Bowl, a quarterback gets to his first Super Bowl, doesn't win it, they never go back or they never win another one. And so I'm not saying it's this year, but at what point do you feel like, okay, like that, this is a problem. We're not going to get back.
I think he's in the same boat as McCarthy. Well, I don't know that he's in the exact same.
McCarthy's won a Super Bowl.
Yeah.
So
I was just going to say in terms of maybe losing your job if you don't get to X point.
Okay.
I mean, if they lose in the first round.
Dude, and this
they've lost 5 out of 6.
True.
So, yeah.
This is kind of becoming a thing because it's like build a super team. All right, Carson Wentz will pay him. All right, now
Yeah.
Nick Foles is in.
Yeah.
Build a super team, pay him. All right, now
And don't forget,
Jalen Hurts is in.
cutting your quarterback in 4 years.
Yeah.
Sorry.
And
Every chance we
you know,
get.
Donovan McNabb, build a super team, make it to Michael Vick. You know, he didn't make it to a Super Bowl, but then, you know,
Yeah.
it's kind of becoming a thing now
Yeah.
with the Eagles.
Shout out to the Donovan McNabb mention.
Dude.
I know I wasn't supposed to be, but I was in love with Donovan McNabb when I was a
Yeah,
kid.
he was a fun guy to watch, that's for sure. I still remember the SNL bit with him and his mom.
Where did McNabb go to
Syracuse.
college? Yeah.
I think, did he win a Heisman? Maybe not. I just knew it was Syracuse.
Didn't win a Heisman,
I
but-
just remember him from SNL when you know, they were playing the Patriots, and SNL was like, "No, you're gonna get your stuff stomped." It was like a soup commercial on the Weekend Update. It's a fun bit.
Campbell's
Hell yeah.
Chunky.
Yep.
Hell yeah. He was the face of, yeah.
Campbell's Chunky,
Yep.
yeah.
Him and his mom. That was kind of the bit.
All right, Tyler,
All right, yeah, the
you've got
final-
your little segment.
The final segment for the night, and of course this has also changed today, but I had written down on Monday, I'm going to throw what we already know to be available head coaching jobs. Tell me if it's an appealing job, if you have someone in mind for it, throw that out there as well, but we'll start with the Carolina Panthers.
Absolutely not.
Yeah, that job sucks.
Train wreck of a job.
That job sucks.
You don't have a draft pick this year in the
No.
first round. Your quarterback sucks.
Yeah.
I guess the only appealing part is that you're in a winnable division.
Yeah.
Also, your owner sucks.
Unfortunately,
Yeah.
you're not one of the winnable teams in that division.
I will
So,
say, what's the owner's name again?
Teppers?
Teppers.
David Teppers?
Teppers. I'm going to tell you this right now if you're randomly tuning in. I will take the brunt of the. You pay me, let's just say, $250,000 a year. You
Generous,
pay me.
generous.
Yeah, it's okay.
Yeah.
I'm doing a service to you,
Right.
sir. Pay me that much. I will take all the blame, and you can fire me at the end of the year, and you can move on, and you don't have to waste your time trying to find a quarterback. You can take this year as a gap year, find the person,
year.
find the coach you want, and
Yeah.
just pay me $250,000.
Go continue to throw drinks on fans.
Sweet.
Yeah,
do
do
your
what you
thing.
want.
Sweet.
Yeah,
Do your
No,
nobody wants to be the coach there.
There is no worse job than that
Yeah.
right
Yeah,
there.
agreed. So much so that if I were an offensive coordinator like a Ben Johnson, like I'd just wait. I'm not.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
I'm not hopping in now. Number 2, possibly very different scenario. The New England Patriots.
I don't.
You
I
don't
mean,
want the Patriots?
if I was Vrabel, yeah, but no. It's
I-
it's the same thing we talk about with Saban. You don't want to be the guy that replaces the guy.
I think that's a completely different scenario, though.
I think the NFL is way different.
Yeah,
than
I think
so?
so. I think
Because
no one's
college,
Well, and
college, you get to choose who comes to your school.
dude. That job
That's
sucks
true.
so bad right now. No one cares that
And-
Bill Belichick's losing.
Yeah, but I say,
they're
and-
not going to care if a new coach loses.
And they went
Yeah.
like 3 and
yeah.
whatever. You
Yeah.
know? That's true. I didn't think about that.
I think that Vrabel is the next coach of the Patriots.
Yeah,
I'd almost bet anything that he will be.
I tweeted earlier this week that press conference
yeah.
is happening by the end of the week.
No, he's going to be the next coach there. I mean,
Yeah.
he's going to be. I'm positive.
Oh, also, whenever we get to the tweet that you'd mentioned that something, just cut me off, hop in there.
I will at the
Okay,
end.
cool.
Yeah, don't let me forget. But yeah, and I tweeted out about Vrabel. If you fired the guy that's the best hire this offseason, it was probably a bad hire.
I think
Yeah.
I retweeted
Yeah,
that.
it was,
Yeah,
it was
100%.
probably a bad hire.
100%.
Yeah.
Speaking of,
Bad fire, excuse me.
the Tennessee Titans.
Oof.
Terrible.
I also don't think that's
Because
a good job.
they've I mean
You have
Henry already
Henry's
said his
gone.
farewell, which brought a tear to my fantasy
Yeah, that
football
was-
eye. That was beautiful.
It was.
I hope somewhere, somehow, some way he's a Dallas Cowboy. That'd be
Oh,
That would be
dude,
amazing.
that
Pretty
would be,
cool.
He did
but-
say he's headed to Dallas, so yeah.
but yeah, no, not a great gig in my opinion.
Yeah, I mean, the only thing you have is you hope that Will Levis is good. And
Yeah.
I don't know that Will Levis is good.
Yeah, but
He
the,
was-
the problem is though, is the Texans are good.
Right.
The
Yeah.
Colts have Anthony Richardson,
I
who
did-
I'm pretty sure is good. The Jaguar, I know. I spent all night talking shit
Jaguars
about
are
Trevor
up.
Lawrence, but they're good.
Yeah,
so
A division that sucked for a decade no longer sucks.
yeah.
Yeah.
Everybody's pretty okay right now. It's just who's going to make the
a
jump.
division that we thought was going to be atrocious this
Yeah.
year is actually not that bad.
Very competitive, actually.
Number 4, we've got the Las Vegas Raiders. I would think they're probably just going to keep Antonio Pierce.
Yeah, I
His
think
own
AP's
players are
staying.
begging for them to keep Antonio
Dude,
Pierce.
they botched last year not hiring that guy. I can't think of his name. He kind of had a funny name. They botched that so bad. At some point, man, just listen to your guys. They obviously
Yeah.
want to play for the dude. So
What-
throw out your throw out what you think, the hiring process, whatever. They figured out how to get some wins this year behind Anthony Pierce. just stick with it. Just stick with it.
And a point that I would have never considered, but Mina Kimes brought up on the Levitard show this week, the amount of money they just got done spending on John Gruden and Josh McDaniel.
Ooh.
They're really not trying to do
Jimmy
that
Garoppolo.
again.
Yeah.
And these are owners
Like
that
all these
don't
things.
have money like they once had.
Yeah.
And although that doesn't hurt your cap or whatever, like you still have to have that money.
Yeah.
You wouldn't
Yeah.
have to pay Pierce that much.
I forget who it was in the organization that wanted to trade up to get C.J. Stroud, and Josh McDaniel was like, "No, we've got Garoppolo. We've got Garoppolo."
That's rough. The
Yeah,
next one, I think this is one of the more appealing jobs on the market. You've got the L.A. Chargers.
Oh yeah.
I think that's got to be one of the best jobs.
For me, I think if I'm the Lions offensive coordinator, Ben Johnson, who's considered to be one of the most brilliant offensive minds available right now, I think that'd be a great fit for him. And worth noting, obviously, we've said what we've said about Justin Herbert, but you do have a good young quarterback. And obviously, the PFF mock drafts are what they are. But I just did one with them yesterday, and within the first 3 rounds, you could draft both Adunze and Blake Corum.
Yeah, and you don't feel the need to have to go get a young rookie quarterback.
Well, I
You know
will
what
say,
mean?
I will say,
a guy who's decent.
they're about to have a little bit of a changing of the guards because Eckler's gone.
Yep.
For
Yeah.
sure. He's
Keenan Allen's old.
terrible. Keenan Allen and Mike Williams, one of them has to go. Khalil Mack, Joey Bosa, Max gone. Like there's just all this money tied up in places that they're going to have to cut, but it also gives them a little bit of freedom. And so as a head coach, give me my pieces, but also give me a little bit to do what I want to do with it.
Yeah.
So that's a pretty good job to get.
I agree.
A job that I think sneaky good, the Atlanta Falcons.
I was waiting for this one to pop up.
The Atlanta
All
Falcons.
the offensive talent in the world that has never been used.
Yeah, listen, you just spent a first rounder on Bijan. You just spent a first rounder on Drake London. You just spent a first rounder on Kyle Pitts. If you can just somehow let those guys touch the football, it might be a pretty good job.
Yep.
Yeah.
Could be.
This is one that I would like to see a Ben Johnson go to.
I was going to say that or Brian Johnson, the OC from the Eagles. The Eagles are getting worse every day. This is my chance to get out of there to a team that does have a lot of young offensive weapons. I might with one of those two.
And in a QB heavy draft,
You could get your guy.
you get one of those guys, and all of a sudden, all right, we
Yeah.
can maybe win the NFC South.
Yeah.
So I think that's a pretty good job.
Do you draft? Who do you draft? I mean, Jaden Daniels if he's still there.
Yeah.
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 That'd be a fun one.
Or Penix. I'm
Penix.
still on the Penix
Yeah.
train. I like Penix.
One that the Ringer.com had ranked way higher than I would have considered, the Washington Commanders. Is that a good job?
No.
I wouldn't have thought that was a good job, but they really talked like
I wouldn't think so.
this is a great job to have.
I don't know. They do have the second pick,
Yeah.
so that's nice. They'll
I
probably
mean,
get
you're going to get Drake May or Caleb Williams.
or Caleb
Yeah.
Williams.
It all
Yep.
depends on who comes in and if they actually hit on that draft pick or not.
Yeah.
Because that's the key.
What happens to Eric Bieniemy? Is he going to be head coach somewhere finally, or no? Or
I would think he's got to get a chance.
Is he going to be their head coach?
Might
Maybe.
be an inside hire,
maybe
kind of like AP.
they got to give that guy a chance.
Someone
Dude, oh
has
my
to.
gosh!
Yeah.
We've been talking about this guy for 5-6 years
Yeah.
now,
Someone
being a head
has to.
coach.
Yeah. And then finally, the Seattle Seahawks. Feels like Dan Quinn.
Yeah, unfortunately. Now here's the deal.
Is that right?
Yeah, he's in the
favorite
lead.
right now.
Yeah.
But
Which-
of course, that job became available 5 hours ago. so I
Yeah,
don't know.
it's probably the favorite right now because there's so many ties there.
And Dan Quinn has
Don't
hinted.
don't cry now.
He has hinted unless
Mike McCarthy.
if you fired Mike McCarthy.
No, because that means we.
Yeah.
I can't have it all, Tyler. It's not a perfect world. It's
You
my
can't-
world.
Mike McCarthy wins the Super Bowl. They fire him and
Yeah.
hire
You
Dan
can't
Quinn.
have your
No, I don't
Super
want that.
Bowl and your Dan Quinn
Nah,
too.
you can't have both.
I
but-
I don't want to see Dan Quinn go. I want him to stay with the Cowboys.
And now, to that point, I do think how many of these jobs I mean, he's not going to go to the Panthers.
No.
I don't think he's not going to go to the Titans.
No.
He's not going to go to the Raiders.
Yeah,
if he could get
turned down a lot of them last year.
if he could get the Chargers, but he's already been the Falcons head coach.
Yeah.
You might would take the Chargers job, but to me, if it's not the Seahawks, he might just keep sticking
Doing what
around.
he's doing, man.
I'll say this: whatever he wants, money wise,
Agreed.
Give it to him.
just match it. And I mean, it's like we've talked about though. There's at least a little piece of him that's like, dude, this DC stuff is great. I don't have to jack with any of the
100%.
media stuff, the public relations. I don't have to do none of that. I just
don't
get
have
to
press conferences.
I just
or
get to be
anything.
the head coach of the defense.
Who do you
Well,
think?
he's such a football sicko that's
Oh,
what he
yeah.
wants to do.
100%.
I'm going to believe that he's still a Cowboy.
Who do you think would be the defensive coordinator
I saw Al Harris.
That's why I asked.
Yeah,
Deron Bland, maybe.
Yeah. Well, we've had all these corner. We had Diggs. Diggs got made by Al Harris. Deron Bland.
I love Al
made
Harris,
by Al
by the
Harris.
way.
So I think that's probably the way that you would go.
I would think so as well. Any final thoughts before we get out of here? It's 8:30.
No, that was a fun
Not that I
episode.
can
It
think
was a
of.
fun episode.
I am absolutely I'm just giddy for some football
this
weekend.
weekend
I am too. It's
can't
gonna
come
be-
quick enough.
It's gonna be a very fun weekend. Again, we have Ravens Cowboys as our Super. We have the Cowboys beating the Ravens as our Super Bowl.
As
So
it should be.
until,
As it should be.
Just the way Ryan intended it.
Y'all go hang out, watch the football, tweet at us, let us know what you think about everything, and then we will see y'all next week. Love y'all.